He is representing Honest Grappling out of Minneapolis. He is Johnny Norris. And he's coming out of the corner, standing on each of his tall weight, 150 pounds. Representing Pedro Star, first in appearance. Also representing 4 in fitness. He is Dave Daniel.
And speaking of Mike, the kid pal, you can see him there in the red corner of Mr. Johnny Norris, Honest Grappling's very own, taking on 4 in Fitness's Dave Daniel. That's a cool name. That's like a superhero name.
I'm fortunate enough to get a lot of rounds with Mike Powell, the honest grappler, the head coach, the man. Just got a big win a few weeks ago. But he was telling me about Jonathan Norris, and he said this kid doesn't know how good he is. That's what he said to me. He's like, he's so good. He's just got to have the confidence. That's what a lot of these guys, right? These young guys, they just got to believe in their game. And so I'm excited to see what he can do here.
That's the turning point that you're really looking for. And I find for a lot of guys that happens about halfway through blue belt. They start to get that confidence in their own game and their own decisions. And nice butterfly sweep from Dave Daniel with the Sumigash. He's going to end up on top here. John Norris now in the knee shield. But I remember Glayton Mello was one of my first jiu-jitsu coaches. And there was a point where we were rolling together and we had dozens of rounds together. And I was like, do you have any tips after all these rounds we rolled together? You never really given me any advice. He says, you know jiu-jitsu, but you don't believe in your jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And that kind of...
That's a thing.
Yeah, it definitely hit me hard, but it did make me start training differently and start thinking about jiu-jitsu differently. Jonathan Norris so far in this half guard has been very active, and he was set up immediately. Both these guys look like they're not afraid to wrestle at all.
And I like that decision by Norris. He was, it looked like Daniel wasn't engaging a lot. He was just kind of staying outside of the shins. And Jonathan said, no, we're not playing that game. I'm going to get up and wrestle, and now he's on top.
Yeah, you see him going deep on this body grip, seatbelt grip, front side, and putting a lot of weight towards the back of the body. Not necessarily a traditional attack, but it's going to allow him to have that opening, keeping the head low into the ground to do this back take here. And that's a nice back take. And this is a long-limbed young man. And
it looks like he's on that choke.
Looks like he's spine to spine. Looks like he's deep. He's got a nice grip over the back. Not quite body triangle, but it looks pretty dang close from our angle here.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to see from our spot. But
he
had the right idea to come up the mount, but it was a little too late. I think Daniel beat him to it.
And I'll say this, and I said it every time that happens in an MMA fight. If you're a 40-year-old soccer mom, that's one of the first 2 things you're going to learn in your first 2 lessons of jiu-jitsu is that sweep from mount. But it still works even in competition at this level. We see Norris
on the arm bar,
and that looks pretty close. He looks like he's deep with the leg control, and that's a big. He lost the arm, but because his leg control is so good, he got the chance to earn it back, and now he's almost straightened it out, and that looks like it's pretty straight. Dave Daniel's in trouble here, and it looks like he does tap John Norris, and that finishing a guy like that after a match like that should give you some confidence in your game.
Yeah, right. That was beautiful. You can see what Mike talked about with this kid. I mean, that was excellent.
Submissions, man. All subs so far, 100% sub rate here at All In Grappling.
The judges are deep. Judges getting an easy night, huh?
Oh no, the first match was a decision. Almost 36 subs. I forgot